Hello and welcome to Foraging for Balance. I'm Jackie, and today I'm going to lead you on a yin journey with a little visualization and goal setting involved. All right, so you're going to need your mat, and if you like to use some cushions or blankets in your yin practice, feel free to grab those as well. All right, let's get started. Just find a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for you. Sit tall, lifting through the crown of your head, and maybe close your eyes for a moment. Start by just checking in with yourself, physically and mentally. All right, our theme for today is Faraway Shores. As you're sitting here centering, I want you to think about a goal. And we're going to imagine our goal, whatever it is, big or small, on a distant shore. Okay, we're standing at the edge of a body of water. We see our goal in the distance. Imagine what it would feel like to reach that goal and really internalize that feeling. Okay, I want that to stay with you. I want you to use that as motivation. If your eyes are closed, feel free to open them up now if you'd like. We're going to move into puppy pose. So let's head to our hands and knees. Hips over knees. And then walk your hands forward. We're going to try to hold most of these for about 3 minutes. But this one can be a little hard to hold that long. If at any time you feel like you need to come out of it, go ahead and do that. You can always take a break and come back in. Notice where you're feeling this pose. See if you can breathe into that slight discomfort or breathe into that stretch. Just as there can be a little discomfort in these poses, or some sensation you're not used to, reaching for your goals is going to force you to try new things, maybe be a little bit uncomfortable in pursuit of those goals. That's not always a bad thing. Let's take 3 more deep breaths here. And slowly walk your hands back toward you. And we're going to go into a toe squat. So let's tuck the toes under. Sit your hips back onto your heels. This can be really uncomfortable. If it is, feel free to relieve some of that discomfort by shifting your weight forward until you feel a stretch on the bottom of your foot but it's not very uncomfortable, right? We want to find some comfort in these poses. And we're not going to hold this one as long. Remember, you can always come back to your breath if your mind wanders too far off of your mat or off of your goal that we're internalizing today. All right, let's shift forward, untuck the toes, maybe wiggle them around a little bit. And we're going to head to a wide leg child's pose. So this is a place where you really might want some props. But we're going to take our knees wide toward the edges of the mat. Big toes stay together. And then fold forward. So if you like, you might grab some blankets or bolsters and give yourself something to lay forward on. If you prefer to just lay on the floor there, that is perfectly okay as well. I will let you know when we're about halfway done with this pose. So if you have your head turned to one side, you can turn it to the other side. As we settle into this pose, finding some comfort here. This usually isn't a very intense one, although it could be. I want you to think about your goal and then start thinking of specific steps that you could take to get there. Break them down into small, manageable bites, small, manageable bits. And then imagine those steps as tiny islands on the way to your destination on the opposite shore, or maybe as building blocks of a bridge, depending on how far away your goal is. All right, let's turn our head to the other side if you have your head turned to a side. There's a lot of time in yin to just really settle into poses. Settle into your body, into your breath. And for today, into our goal planning, into that opposite shore. And let's slowly press our way up from our child's pose. You move your blankets and bolsters to the side if you're using those. Let's bring the knees together. Sit to one side and extend your legs out in front of you. Right? So we're sitting tall here. Let's keep our right leg long. Bend your left leg. Bring the sole of your left foot somewhere along the right leg. You're going to inhale tall. Exhale, hinge forward from the hip as much as possible. Getting really tongue-tied today. And then maybe round your spine if it feels okay. You can reach for your toes, rest your arms on the mat. You could even bring those blankets or bolsters back to give you a little support here. All right, so settle in. Feel that stretch along the back side of your leg. And we're going to imagine our breath going into it. And then our exhale is going to sweep away that tension. As you sit here, you may find your muscles relax and you can sink a little deeper. Or you may find the opposite happens. Maybe you went a little too far to start and your muscles kind of seize up and say, oh no, no, no. That's okay too, just back off if that is the case. And if anything is ever painful, come all the way back out. You're doing fantastic. We have a few more breaths here. And let's slowly bring your torso back up. If you're using a prop, let's move it off to the side now. Tilt the left knee toward the ceiling. And we're going to add a little twist. So let's hug left knee with right elbow. Twisting to your left. Head turning last. Maybe you see the wall next to you. Maybe you see the wall behind you. Right? And we'll hold. Remember to sit as tall as you can here. See if you can find comfort in the slight discomfort of stretching. You may also view it not as discomfort, but as a stretching, a reaching, a joyful experience. A process of discovery. untwist. Extend your left leg long. We'll switch sides. Bending the right knee, bringing the right foot to the inside of your left leg. If you want to bring the props back, that is fine. And we'll hinge forward, reaching toward those left toes, reaching toward our goals in our mind. Feeling ourselves taking those tiny steps toward our goal. Tiny actions. Remembering that small progress is still progress. We have about 45 seconds left in this pose. Inhale, slowly bring the torso up. Props can be set aside. Tip your right knee toward the ceiling. We're going to give it a twist to the right. Head turning last. Going as far as feels comfortable. Staying tall and proud through the spine. Believe in yourself. Believe that you can reach your goals. We're about halfway through our twist on this side. untwist. Extend both legs long. Let's maybe wiggle them out a little bit. And then we're going to turn to face the long edge of your mats. Okay, once here, let's bring the soles of your feet together. Let knees open wide for butterfly pose. Right, feel free to use some props if you like to make this pose a little less intense. And you can also hinge forward if that feels good in your body. And we'll do a little visualization again here. Go back to you standing on the shoreline. See those stepping stones, bridge, islands, whatever it is that you've conjured in the water between you and your goal on the opposite shore. Right. And for the moment, we're going to step into the role of a butterfly. Our butterfly is going to make its way from where we are to our goal. And as butterflies fly, sometimes we dip, sometimes we go a little one way and a little bit the other way on the way to our destination. And it's okay, right? Our journey is not going to be linear, or likely will not be linear from where we are to where we want to be. But visualize yourself as the butterfly, making it to that faraway shore, to that thing that you want in your life. We're about halfway through our butterfly. Just stick with it. Unless it becomes wildly uncomfortable, then feel free to back out as much as you need to. Let's inhale, lift the torso. Bring hands under knees. We'll bring them together. And then gently swish them from side to side. We'll find our center. And then I want you to take your legs out wide as far as you can into a straddle. Know that if you are tight, it's okay if your knees are bent, or if you'd like to sit up on a blanket or bolster. Let's try to keep our feet aimed at the ceiling here. And we're going to hinge forward as far as is comfortable. For some of you, it might just be working on sitting upright instead of leaning backwards. And if that's the case, I suggest doing it next to a wall. Okay, arms can do whatever they need to support you here. Try to lead with your heart rather than your head. Notice where those sensations are in your body. Relaxing into the stretch. Finding stillness of both body and mind here. Inhale, bring the torso up. Let's bring hands on our knees, bending those legs again. We'll bring them together. Just gently swish side to side. All right, it is time to head into Shavasana for you. So you probably want to pivot to face the short edge of your mat. It is your Shavasana, so feel free to take whatever position you like, whether that's lying on your back, fully extended. Maybe you prefer knees bent. You could also roll onto your side or even take Shavasana on your tummy. Okay. It is your Shavasana, so I want you to get into the most comfortable position for yourself. I invite you to close your eyes here as you settle into the mat, melting away. There should be no tension in the body. We're going to go on that last little leg of our journey. Imagine that you have reached that shore with your goal. That goal is now yours. Embrace it. Notice the emotions that arise in your body reaching that goal. That is your fuel to keep you heading toward that goal once our practice is over today. Small steps can lead to big results. Keep that feeling of joy, happiness, whatever it is. Keep that positive feeling within you. But let your mind relax. Let body relax. And we will have a silent Shavasana for a few more minutes. If you notice any thoughts becoming persistent, bring your focus back to your breathing. Our time for our practice is coming to an end. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana, feel free to do that for as long as you'd like. Otherwise, I'd like you to take a deep breath and let it out slowly. Let's reawaken the body gently, maybe wiggling fingers or toes, maybe slightly bigger movements. And then as you're ready, slowly bring yourself back to a comfortable seated position. All right, great job. Let's take hands out to the sides, palms up. Inhale, scooping up everything you got from today's session, that feeling of joy at your goal, that list of steps, baby steps to get you to your goal. Let's bring those things down to our heart, internalize it, internalize that feeling once again of reaching your goals. I wish you peace, love, and happiness. Go get your goals. Thank you. All right, thank you so much for joining me for that session. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, feel free to leave a comment about your favorite part or comment about what you'd like to see in the future. And I would really love if you would like and subscribe to this channel. All right, thank you. Goodbye.